Hey there, welcome back. It's time for another Marshlog Blogcliffe. This time it's a little different though. We're playing in the GP. So normally I would go for coverage, but this time they're covering the GP in Europe. So instead I actually get to battle. I haven't played in a GP in maybe a year and a half, 2 years now since GP Salt Lake City. So I'm certainly looking forward to sleeving up some cards and getting in the fight. It doesn't happen often for me that I get to play, but when I do, I certainly enjoy it. Last time I went 11-4. The time before that I went 11-4, and we'll see if I can do even better this time. So the plan is we're heading down to the airport now, and we're going to go to San Francisco, and then Woody's going to pick us up because he lives down there, and then we're going to go to San Jose from there after hanging out with Woody for a while. So right now, train, airport, San Francisco, then San Jose, then battles. Let's go. Yep, we're in the bathroom on the airplane. And this can only mean one thing, it's another tall guy problems thing. It's not all it's cracked up to be. You know, this is what it looks like to try to stand up straight in the bathroom. It doesn't work at all. So, anyway, I just thought I had to show you that. Don't worry, nothing creepy going on here. Look at the Woodman. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? Sorry for
I'm
the
in
wait.
I'm in your new state.
Oh yeah.
Can we go get some food, please?
I'm super hungry.
So we're at Woody's house. We made it, but I'm going to do the podcast tonight. And so I've got the mobile set up here. This is some of the stuff that I showed on that blog post that I made. And I'm just going to get a hold of Luis now, and we're going to record LR. Then tomorrow we've got basketball with you, Woody. Then we're going to drive down to San Jose, and we're going to play some whatever they're called, grinder things. And then Saturday's the actual GP. So for now, though, work time podcast. All right, well, we're rolling around Petaluma with Woody. As you can see, it's beautiful down here. Obviously, California is lovely. And yeah, we're just getting ready actually to go to basketball here. And he's just giving me kind of a quick tour of what it's like down here in his new California life. All right, so it's Friday morning. And Woody's like, let's go play basketball. And I always play basketball when Woody says play basketball. So we're going to play some ball with some of his coworkers, and then we're going to head down to the event site. Let's play ball.
Yes.
On me?
Yep. Yeah.
All right, so obviously we had to come to In-N-Out because we're in California, and you got to come to In-N-Out when you're in California. It's just a fact. But this reminded me that we need to have a very important talk about hamburgers. So there's 3 major chains in the States that have hamburgers, and people love to fight about them. And I'm going to tell you today that you no longer need to fight because I have all the answers. I know, I've tried them all. There's In-N-Out, there's Five Guys, and there's Shake Shack. And you'll have people fighting all the time about it. And I'm going to rank them for you. This is the ranking. This is canon. There's no argument. Number 1, Shake Shack. Not close. It is the best burger you can get at a fast food style burger place that has locations that you can actually get to. Number 2, we're in it right now. In-N-Out burger. It's great. It's a really solid burger. It's nothing special. It's not special, but it's always the same and really good ingredients. And the service is always the same. Everything's really good, so I really like it. And then third is Five Guys, which is also a very good burger. I will eat those burgers till I'm dead. By the way, I'm avoiding the whole French fry discussion. We're not going into that here. This is burgers only. And yeah, I mean, I think Five Guys is a solid burger. They're all pretty good, but Shake Shack is definitely number one. Period. And then number two is In-N-Out where we're at. So
But we're missing something here.
What are we missing?
Dick's Drive-In.
So Woodrow brings up a very important point. In Seattle, we have a drive-in burger place called Dick's. That's my favorite burger. Now, I understand that my favorite might not be the best burger, but I grew up on this place and whatever, and I do think it's really good. Like, solid ingredients. It's a little different than the other places. If you're in Seattle, go to Dick's. You will not regret it. Get a deluxe. It's fantastic. But of the ones that more people can get to, Shake Shack. So we're at the hotel. We just got to San Jose, and we're gonna head over to the event site to do a few drafts. It took 3 hours to get here. Woody estimated 45 minutes. He hasn't made this trip before, so. And Woody, when you travel with Woody, things get kind of interesting. For example, we were just in the hotel room and packing up our stuff to come down. We go to the elevator, he pushes up, we needed to go down. Then he tried to go on the elevator that was going up that he had called, and I'm like, you can't go in it, and then it comes, so then we wait for the down one. Then he pushes the M button, which is the maintenance floor, which we had talked about on the way up. And I'm like, he's like, isn't that the main floor? I'm like, no, it's the one with the star next to it. So we hit that button, and we have to wait for the elevator to open at those floors, and we finally get down. Then we get downstairs, and he's like, oh, I forgot my magic stuff. So now I'm sitting in the lobby here, waiting for Woody to come back. And this is just some of the joys of traveling with Woodrow. So yeah, anyway, heading over to the site to get some drafts in, and then early in the morning, we'll be there for round one of the GP.
Vlogception, right?
We've had this happen.
Vlog fight.
Marshall's cameraman versus me.
One of these is much bigger. Makes you kind of wonder what's going on here. Like a little bit of
All right, so we're at the VIP party here with Channel Fireball, and I'm actually going to go. Mashi and Paul Chian, they came by and they were like, "Hey, do you want to come on Magic TV? We're going to record it." I'm like, "Sure." So I wasn't really planning on it. We just did a quick draft over at the site, and then we're over here at this party now. And yeah, I'm going to jump in and do a Magic TV. So hey, this should be fun. All right, so all done with the VIP party thing. I did a Magic TV with Mashi and Paul Chian. Super fun. We had a really good time doing that. I got to do a top 8 with them, which is really cool too. And now though, it actually, like, I thought Magic TV would go for like 20 minutes, and it was like an hour and a half. So somehow it's midnight, and Woody and I are now walking back to the hotel because I got to get to sleep, because with no buys, that means I have to be there at 9 in the morning and get my pool going and see what we open. So tomorrow, we'll be up bright and early, grab some food, head into the site, and boom, we'll be playing. So see you then. Okay, so we're at the GP, and I just finished my deck build. I've got my deck in here. It's close. It's so close. So this is, I can't really complain because it has tools to win, so I'm happy about that. It's not a bomby pool. I've got one good rare. I've got a Marionette Master, but I'm playing Black-White Revolt, and I needed 2 more Revolt enablers. Anything. The stupid implements, the white one. I would have played the white one. I got 5 implements. They're all green and blue, and I'm like, ugh. It's so close. The deck is really close. But the good news is, it's got good removal, just a nice little suite of removal that I can use. It's got good card advantage. I'm playing 2 of the get a card back, the resourceful returns. And I've got 2 good Revolt enablers in the deck. So we'll see. I feel like this deck is so close to being really good. I stuck to just Black-White. I have no fixing, so I decided not to splash, even though I had some enticing stuff. So it's in here. We're going to be playing round 1. I'll give you round by round updates as we go. See you in a bit. Round 1's done. We got there. We won round 1. Our opponent had some mana issues, and my deck was okay. I'm a little concerned. Like I said, it has the pieces, but it felt like even though my opponent mulliganed and kind of stumbled on mana, I didn't really smash them. I still had to kind of work to get the victory, so that makes me a little nervous against players who don't stumble and who play, sick bomb rares or whatever, but no buys, right? So that's one of the things that we're facing here is we're playing 9 rounds with this sealed deck, and we're on 0 buys. And that just makes things very difficult down the stretch. You have to realize that a lot of the top level pros end up with 3 buys coming into the tournament, so they only play 6 rounds on day 1. And they only have to win 3 of them to make it to day 2. Now, of course, their goal is usually higher than day 2, but even then, a good record, they can be 4-2 or 5-1 on day 1 and just have a stumble but make their way through and have a good chance to do well in the drafts and make it to the top 8. We don't have that luxury. We are going to be scrapping it out for every single round. Every round is going to count. My goal is not to day 2. I want to do better than that. I want to at least get X and 2, which is what I've gotten in the last 2 GPs. So that's what I'm hoping for, to improve on that. If we do get a day 2, hey, I'll be happy to come back and draft, but that isn't really where my mental state is for it. Anyway, we're 1-0. See you next round. We're 1-1. My opponent, who I just played in game 3, this is game 3, played 5 Maverick Thopters in one game. 5! It's 10 Thopters, and shockingly I was not able to get past that. They played 1 Maverick Thopters, then they played Saheeli Rai and copied it, so that was 2. Then the next turn they copied it again because Saheeli was at whatever. So they got to Saheeli Rai twice during the course of the game. Then they played Saheeli's Artistry, copying the original copy plus the artifact creature token copy from stupid Saheeli Rai. So there was 10 of them, and I wasn't able to beat it. The thing that I'm thinking though is, okay, that's fine, my opponent went off, they got me. I'm a little concerned about the peak power level on the deck though. Black-White Revolt, look, I can have a draw. I had a pretty good draw against him that game where I do the things I'm trying to do and I still might get overpowered by my opponent with bombs or something like that. I'm starting to get a little bit worried about it. So there's nothing I can do. I'm running the deck. It is, I think, the best build that I had possible, so I'm just going to go for it. But I'm starting to get a little worried early in the tournament, just that the peak power level's not quite there. So we'll see.
Woodman,
What's up?
I know.
how's your record, buddy?
2-0. 1 buy, so I won 1.
Is your deck sweet?
It's sweet if it operates. We went a little greedy, but it's, yeah, I don't know. I felt like it was a reasonable risk versus rewards game. So,
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi,
What's up, Marshall?
who are you and what's your record?
My name is Megan, and my record is 1-1.
Dude, I know your name, obviously.
Is that what you... My name is Megan. I'm with Magic the Amateur and Maria.
Oh,
What's up?
she's so cool.
These glasses are Totino's Pizza Roll sponsored glasses.
What's your record?
1-1. That's
Are
less
we all
important.
1-1?
Don't you want to hear about the Totino's glasses?
Look at, they're legitimate. It says on them.
I just got savaged again. I'm 1-2 now. I was playing game 3 in the first game. My opponent kind of killed everything I played and had some really nice plays, some really nice cards that smashed me. In game 2, I just smashed him. And in game 3, I was fully stabilized with like 4 1/1 servos plus hidden stockpile and a 2/3 flyer against a 2/3, and I was at 4 life. And I was attacking, trying to get them dead as quickly as possible, like you do in those scenarios. And I just couldn't think of anything that could really kill me outside of them. Even if they kill both of my servos, it's a 3/2 attacking into me at 4, so I can still sort of recoup. And I have a removal spell in hand, though I had used my mana so I couldn't cast it. It was Tidy Conclusion. So my opponent draws and they kind of like, huh, and I'm like, oh no, that can't be good. And they play their card and it was Fleetwheel Cruiser, so 5/3 haste trample. And I can block 1 servo on the 3/2 and 1 servo on the 5/3, and I take 4 and I'm dead, and so I lost. I was like, such a savage beating because I had so much resources to work with that, like me actually losing there, I was actually pedal to the metal to try to kill them rather than try to make the game go really long, which my deck was pretty good at doing at that point. I was scrying once every turn. But anyway, I lost. So now I'm 1-2, and we are up against it. I can take another loss and still make day 2, but I have to start picking up wins. Like I'm 1-2 at 3 rounds in. I've got 6 rounds to go, and I have to win 5 of them with the deck that I have a lot of confidence in. So I'll keep you updated. We'll see how it goes, but we may be at the draft tables sooner than later. You gotta eat
Not me?
in between rounds.
Yo, me? Yeah.
I'm not talking to you, Woody. I'm talking to my
No.
my dude.
I thought you were telling
Why
me
are you
to eat.
interrupting me? I'm doling out sage advice here. You gotta eat in between rounds or else you'll crash. So that's what I'm doing. We won that round. Whatever. We're 2-2 now. I'm gonna keep fighting. Obviously, I'm not gonna stop. It's gonna be hard. I find when my deck's doing the things that it's supposed to do, it's still not quite as good as my opponent's deck, and when it doesn't, it just falls flat. So it makes me nervous, but I'm playing tight. I went over that play from the last round with Woody and Kenji just to make sure that I didn't make a mistake because it was a weird spot. And I got clearance from both that said, no, I think that was correct. And I was even being a little bit conservative, or at least so I thought I was. So onward. We've got round 5 coming up next, and then 4 more after that, so it's going to be a long day. Hopefully I can day 2. I'd love to come back and draft, and I don't have a lot of wiggle room at 2-2, so we'll see.
Woodman,
Yeah, what up?
what's your record?
4-0.
Are you feeling good?
Feeling great.
Run it up, buddy.
Getting some burritos because you got to keep yourself fed at these things, and I won my last round, so I'm 3-2. And hoping to just run it up. I've got 5 rounds down, 4 to go. They can only lose 1 more, else we're not day 2ing. So burrito, I think, will power me to the finish. Let's see what we can do. This is bad. We're 3-3 now.
Yeah.
We just got completely owned. I'm having issues today. We're having major issues. Even when my deck's working, it doesn't feel like it's good enough. And then half the time it's just not working at all. And I'm just like, what am I doing? I now have to win out. We've got 3 more rounds to go, and I have to win all of them just to make day 2. So this is going to be tough. I've kind of felt this coming all day, so we'll see. But I have 3 more to go. All right, we won our last round, but now I'm kind of rushing to find my table because I've still got 2 more to go if I'm going to top 8. So, or if I'm going to make day 2. I'm not going to top 8. So yeah, we won our round, and now I'm scrambling to find my table because we've got 2 more rounds before we're going to make it. So let's go.
All right, you're my opponent. Who are you?
Aberdasher? I'm William Kwan, but I go by Aberdasher online.
Are you scared, or are you nervous, or are you
I'm excited.
confident?
I think it'll be good. I get to be judged by the limited master himself.
I give you an A.
All right, excellent.
We died. So I ended up playing against Aberdasher, as you saw. That, by the way, Aberdasher, you may know him if you follow any of the Magic streams. Gabby's stream, he's in everybody's stream as even in Channel Fireballs and stuff as one of the mods. He's like a super mod. He's also a great dude, really, really nice guy, and I'm super hoping that he wins the last round. But for me, I'm now 4-4, and so that means that I can't day 2, which is kind of a bummer. I'm going to see what events there are tomorrow, and I'm going to play the last round because why the hell not? I'm here, and I'm not going to go join a draft right now anyway. And yeah, I'm bummed. I mean, you come down and you play a GP, but it's kind of the normal thing. Like, this is how things go when you play them, so I'm not super shocked. And given my deck, I'm also not shocked, though. I have to say I'm pretty happy with how I played today. Like, I think the games that I had a good chance, I think I worked well. I almost won on a mulligan to 4 once, and so I feel all right. Yeah, so anyway, we'll see how the rest of the day goes, but we'll figure out what we're doing tomorrow after that.
Well, I started off 4-0, and I lost 3, and then I just beat a small child. So obviously I'm feeling great.
So you have to win this last one to make day 2?
Yeah, and I mean, we can't top 8 or anything, but
All right.
yeah, it's fine. I think my deck is really good, but yeah, it's been just a little kind of a floody mana screw type day. So.
Okay. Good luck.
All done. I did manage to win my last round, so I finished 5-4. Yay. Man, it's weird playing these. Being on the other end of the tournament spectrum here, it's way more emotional. It's weird. You win and you're like, yay, and you lose and you're like, no. But when you're in the booth, it's like a lot more steady. Like, there's some ups and downs, but they don't happen as fast as they do on here. That being said, it's easier. Like, I'm just chilling and it's not bad. I don't know what we're gonna do now though. There's no big tournament tomorrow that I know of, so me and Woody might actually just get out of here, or maybe wake up in the morning, play a couple of wacky drafts or something like that, and then take off. But tonight we will eat. First, we're going to go get dinner, and then we'll call it a night.
Salt Captain Woodrow, how goes, buddy?
So yeah, Woodrow took a little downswing. I went 1-4 in my last 5 rounds. I squeezed out a close game 3 against an 8-year-old for my 1 win in the last 5 rounds.
So somehow you and I ended up with the same record, is that right?
Yeah. Except I had a bye, so technically you won 1 more ratchet of magic than me.
What do you want to do now?
I mean, I don't know, just find the nearest building to jump off of, I suppose.
Okay, let's go do that right now.
All right, so it's early in the morning, and we're back at the event site. Woody and I decided to come and do a double down seal. They call it. It's double entry, double prizes, 4-round seals. So we're going to be messing around here today. I don't know. We might do a draft a little later, but we're probably going to take off after that. So that'll be it for our GP weekend. But we'll have some fun. Not as much fun as that guy, but hopefully him and I can run it up in this little thing and kind of leave on a happy note. So we're bailing. It's time for us to take off from the GP. It was a good time. I mean, we both wish we did better, I think, on the day. But what are you going to do? Sometimes you can't. We did the sealed. You finished.
Yeah, so I went 3-0, chopped in the last round, and she makes me. I got this thing from her, which is really cool.
What is this?
It's like a little 3D token.
I love those.
It's called Foreman Function 3D Altars. Anyway, she hooked me up, and then
look at that name drop from Woodward.
and then we.
What else did you get?
Well, so then we kind of pooled your tickets with mine. You got ranched pretty
So,
good.
I pooled his tickets. He's like, "Can I have those tickets?" And I said, "Sure." But this is what he got, and it's sweet.
Yeah.
Show us.
It's not the first time somebody's been ranched by Elish Norton.
Yeah, there you go. So that's awesome. Yeah, I did pretty well in that thing too. We did like a partial chop in the last round of the sealed, and then I did a draft where I drafted a sweet deck, but my opponent's deck was sweeter, and they smashed me. So yeah, we're out of here. That was it for the GP. Gonna get some food, and then the long drive back up to Woody's place, and then more basketball tomorrow before going home. So yeah, sweet weekend, right?
Yeah.
Made it to the airport. Woody and I woke up this morning and went and played basketball, and then with his coworkers and stuff, and had a good game. And then we drove down here to the airport, made it no problems. Beautiful day down here, but it is time to head home. We got one short flight back up to Seattle. It's a good weekend. Just glad I went to the GP. I wish I would have done better. That was kind of the bummer, but doing those things still feels like it's productive, it's good, it's fun. And I got to make sure I do more of them. It's hard for me to prioritize it because traveling more isn't great. It doesn't sound good when it comes up, but when I do it, I really like it. So I should probably do more. All right, we're at the gate, and we will be back home just a little bit. Made it home. So finally made it back. Woody and I ended up going to play basketball today with his coworkers, and then take the long drive down to the airport in San Francisco, which takes a little bit of time, but it's always good to be home after a trip. And of course, on the way to the airport, I got an email saying that I needed to check in for my next flight, which is tomorrow to Dublin, and that's just how it goes on that coverage leg. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me and joining me as I got to finally play in a GP, and maybe next Marshlog Blogcliffe will do a little better at the GP, or maybe I'll just do one where I'm doing coverage. Who knows? We'll see you then.